Okay, tonight we're going to make snickerdoodles. We start with 2 sticks of butter and a cup and a half of sugar in the stand mixer. You can do it with a regular hand mixer. And we're mixing it until that's light and fluffy. While that's taking place, which will probably be 3 or 4 minutes, we have a cup and 2/3 of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to whisk those together. So we whisk the flour and the other dry ingredients together, and then we just kind of set that aside for a minute or two. That's looking pretty light and fluffy at this point in time. So we're going to knock it down in that bowl a little bit. And then we're going to add 2 eggs, which I beat up a little bit, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to beat that again on low speed until the egg is combined with the other ingredients. Okay. Now we're going to add our flour mixture. I think we're going to put about half of it in first. Give that a few go arounds. I don't think I've ever had these cookies. But I'm not going to be able to say that too much longer. This time I'm only stirring it, mixing it for a few seconds. And then I'm going to use a spatula and do it by hand. I like to do that quite often. It avoids overmixing, and we don't need it to be overmixed because we don't need tough, chewy cookies. We're going to make sure we've stirred all the way to the bottom, and I don't see any chunks of flour or anything, so I'm going to call that good. Now I'm going to divide the dough in 2 parts, supposedly equal parts, because I'm going to conduct a little test. Then I think that's roughly half. Okay, what we're going to do now is take our cookie scoop, make a ball, and we're going to roll it into a round ball, and then we're going to roll it into our cinnamon sugar mixture. And then it's going on a parchment lined cookie sheet. I want to try to get these somewhere near an even size, which is the whole purpose of using the cookie scoop. This dough seems kind of a little bit loose to me, but I've never made these before, so I'm not sure how stiff the dough should be, so we'll go with it. What we're going to do is this first pan, is going in the refrigerator, and it's going to cool for at least a half hour and perhaps a little longer than that. The second pan is going in the oven directly at room temperature. We're going to see how much chilling it keeps the cookies from spreading. What is probably going to happen is the room temperature cookies are going to be much bigger around, but much less high or much less thick than the chilled cookies. All right, here's the first pan of our snickerdoodles. I think they're too close together, but we'll find out. And now they're going in the refrigerator for at least a half hour. And while those are in the refrigerator, we will roll out some cookies that we're going to bake at, they're going to start baking at room temperature. I expect these are going to spread a lot more, so I'm putting them further apart. I don't know that to be fact, I just kind of expect it. I can't be the only person who does this baking late at night. And I do it because generally it's quieter. And up till this point in time, I'm usually fairly busy. Okay, while you guys weren't looking, I made some more cinnamon sugar and I got another pan ready. Okay, so what's going on now is I've gotten all the cookies rolled out and they're in different pans. obviously, I've got about 30 cookies. 12 of them are in the refrigerator. The cookies are all ready. These are all ready to go in the oven. But what I want to do is put the room temperature cookies and the chilled cookies in the oven at the same time. So the chilled cookies haven't chilled long enough yet. I just turned the oven on. When that is up to 375 degrees, then what we're going to do at that point is put one pan of these and the pan that's in the refrigerator in the oven. And a few minutes after that, we'll have the answer to the question, does cooling the dough make any difference to the finished cookie? I think it will. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, here's our 2 pans of snickerdoodles all ready to head to the oven. So let's do that. This one is the cold one, and they feel firm. This one, they're very soft. So let's see what happens. It says bake 8 to 10 minutes, so let's give it 9.5 or so. Okay, they're out of the oven, and truthfully, I'm a little surprised because this was the chilled dough, this was not. Right now, they both look about the same height to me. And they both look about the same size, so they spread about equally. This one is very, very soft. They spread about equally, and they flattened out about equally, and that really isn't supposed to happen. That's why you chilled the dough. They are pretty good. I'm a little flabbergasted, I guess, because this one should be puffy. As a result of our experiment, they are pretty much the same. Now, it could be that these chilled for about a half hour, and maybe if I had chilled them longer, because they were pretty big. So maybe if I had chilled them longer, they would have done what I expected them to do. So I think we'll have to have a part 2 to this experiment. Unfortunately, I don't have any dough left, so I can't do an overnight tonight.